Right then guys, Lambretta vlog time. I know it's been absolutely ages since I've done a vid. I can only apologise. I've actually done this vid about 4 times. So here we go again. Right, all the problems that I've been having with the scooter you wouldn't believe. It all started when I was out on it and I'd stopped to go into a shop. Tried to start it and the kickstart was well, failing to engage, shall we say, with the first gear. So anyway, that was the start of everything. So I bumped it off in the end and got it going. In reality, I could have just sort of put it in gear, pushed it forward and got round to some decent, you know, bloody cog things anyway. So anyway, I stripped the engine, discovered what the problem was, which was that. So I thought, rather than just get another first gear, I got sorry, distracted. I sorted out, should I say, the Rapido. So I'm actually riding around now in the Rapido 225 engine. Now this has been no easy task to sort this out. I've built this engine from absolutely the bare bones, from the engine casing, like including putting the gearbox in, which I know one of you's asked for me to do a video about, which I will do, to doing the putting the top end on, which I've done before on the other engine, and doing the electrics, as in doing the timing, which I know again one of you has asked me to do. I was gonna do a vid when I did that, but in all honesty, that's the first time I've ever done the timing and set it up myself and done the strobing and everything to check that you're firing at the right time. So I didn't want to make a vid, in all honesty, because I'd never done it before, and I'm sure you can understand if I'm doing a vid on something that I'm not really sure about, it's not going to be a very good vid for a start, and it's not guaranteed to work at the end of it, so it could just be a waste of my time and yours. So I didn't bother doing it. I will, however, show you how to do the timing now, because it would appear, if I had any wood I'd be touching it now, it would appear, touch wood, that everything is just about alright. I've managed to get it all sorted, all running, everything seems okay. I did have an issue with the carb and the jetting and everything, in that when I'd first built it, I went out on it. I went down to see the lads at the scooter club. Fucking hell. At the scooter club. By the time I'd got from my house down to the scooter club, which is about 2 miles, the scooter was so hot, it just felt like it were just going to set on fire there and then. It was so dangerously hot. I've never seen it so hot before, so I thought this cannot be right. So over the last couple of days, I've been going through and sort of fine-tuning, shall we say, the carb and sorting the jetting out correctly, which again has been really difficult to do. I did it on the other one, on the RT, but it's ages since I did it, and all of the principles and all of that, in all honesty, I'd forgotten. I really had to look back online myself at finding vids and finding information about Del Auto carburetors and stuff, how to set them up, what the different things did, as in the atomizer, come on, as in the atomizer and the needle and everything, and where to make adjustments if there are any needed and stuff like that. So it took a bit of doing, but all being well, we've got there now. I'm running pretty much the same carb as before. It's a 28mm, but I've had to alter the jetting in that I've put a bigger atomizer in. If you don't know carbs, you won't know this, but for those who do, I put a bigger atomizer in to give it more fuel throughout the range. God, to stop it getting so hot. Put a bigger atomizer in, but I put a much smaller main jet. I went out on it with the bigger atomizer and the same main jet, and it was obviously too rich. It was boggy as hell and wouldn't really ride. So I sort of thought about it, slept on it again. It's been like 2 or 3 days this. Slept on it again, and then this morning thought, hang on a minute, if I put a bigger atomizer in and a smaller main jet, it could easily balance it out, but everything else up to the main jet gets more fuel, rather than it just being lean throughout the range, and then trying to make it ride on the main jet correctly. And like I say, it was getting so desperately hot, it was dangerous. So that's it, so I've done that. I've been out on a pretty decent ride already, which I didn't want to do a video on, as I'm sure you can understand again, because anything could have happened. Done all that, been back home. It wasn't anything like hot, which were brilliant, means that it's actually cooling as it should be. Oh my days. So it's cooling like it should be, and I checked the plug and it was a lovely, lovely chocolatey colour, a lovely brown colour. So not lean, which would be like a light coloured plug, but not, at the same time, not black and oily, which would be way too rich, obviously. So anyway, I've sorted it, so this is it. I'm on it now. And this is, as I'm sure you've gathered, is the first engine I've actually built from the ground up. Oh my days, it's brilliant. It's a totally different ride to the RT. So that's it. So that was basically what I wanted to do. I wanted to sort of say hello and acknowledge you all, because I know it's been so long. But they're the reasons why. Like I said, I've been having issues, and if I'm trying to iron out issues with stuff that I'm not 100% about, I can't honestly do a vid because it'd just be pointless. It wouldn't be very good, and I'm not sure if it's going to work out or not. So that's what's been happening. So there you go. All that being said, thank you for the continued support, by the way, because you must be ultra patient if you can wait this long for a bloody vid. I'm like I say, I really am sorry, because I do genuinely feel bad for you, because I know you like to watch these vids, you guys, and I like to do them, but I've been that fucked off with it all. The last thing I've been wanting to do is do any vids. So all being well, it should all be back on. So I'll be back out regularly, able to actually go somewhere, and that's it, back on the vids. So I will definitely do you a vid on how to put the gearbox and stuff together, because again, I didn't want to do that and then get on the scooter myself and it not go in and out of gear and stuff, because I made some stupid mistake. And as I always say, I'm nothing like an expert on any of this. Oh, it feels absolutely fucking ace. But for now, I'm gonna say thanks for watching. Thanks for the prolonged support and the patience that you must all have. You know, as I said, to wait this long for anything. So thanks for all that. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, give it a thumbs up, if you feel that way inclined. And if not, have a nice day. Right, that's it. I'll see you on the next one.